Now, after the watchman was run down, why didn't you boys stop the car?
Frankie did keep telling Grant to stop, but he wouldn't listen.
Well, Grant was as scared as we were, I guess.
What I can't understand is why would Grant Harper run the car right at the watchman? I mean, he must have seen him standing between the car and the entrance.
Grant figured the old man would jump out of the way.
You know, like when you're crossing the street and you see a car coming, you hop out of the way fast.
Yeah, but an old man doesn't hop too fast.
Yeah, I know. I've been doing a lot of thinking about that since then.
Oh, Doctor, two of the boys can't be found. There's Frank Piper and Grant Harper. You know we can find them?
What?
Doctor, two of the boys can't be found.
I beg your pardon, Lieutenant?
Come on, Doctor. What's going on around here? Looks like something a lot more important than a hit and run.
Oh, well, it's just some minor trouble. Nothing that the police department would be interested in.
Yeah, your minor troubles have brought us out here before, Doctor.
Yes, I do need your help. I'm not so sure now I've done the right thing. They may take the money and not release the boy. They may kill him.
Kill him?
You gotta start leveling with us, Doctor, and I mean leveling.
Kidnapping?
Frankie Piper.
When'd you get this letter?
In this morning's mail. I just paid the ransom.
You just paid the ransom without notifying the police?
Well, the safety of the boy was more important.
Where'd you drop the money off?
In a mailbox on the old post road.
When?
About 15 minutes ago.
$3,000. Pro would ask for the whole school, plus your right arm, Doctor.
What do you mean by that?
Amateurs. Where'd you get $3,000 from, Doctor?
Well, we keep that much here for incidentals.
Just $3,000. No more, no less.
Well, it's the allowance that we give the boys each week. It's money actually that their parents have deposited for them.
This Grant Harper was the school troublemaker, wasn't he, Doctor?
Yes, but...
No buts about it. He and Frank Piper probably count that money you dropped off right now and having a good laugh. I better not take any chances. Let's start the wheels moving.
Not Frank Piper. That boy wouldn't involve himself in something like this. He thinks too much of his family's name.
Well, what about Grant Harper? He had the nerve to run down that watchman. Wouldn't he have the nerve to hold Frankie Piper for ransom, not as a prank, but as the real thing?
Yes. Grant Harper is capable of any act.
Lieutenant Russo. Yeah, will you tell Captain Holbrook that we may have a kidnapping here at Wellington? Yeah, we don't know if it's legitimate or not at the moment. Maybe it was a couple of boys pulling a stunt. Right. Bring those two boys in, will you, Chris?
Right.
Out because that's where we picked up the car.
There's that abandoned farmhouse on Old Pike Road. We used to fool around there.
No, that's where the money was left. They wouldn't be hiding there.
The quarry?
No
Steve,
place to hide.
Why don't you check out that old abandoned farm on Old Pike Road, also any shacks up and down that road. And the quarry, huh?
Right. Matt's on his way out, and he's on the air if you come up with anything.
Right.
Look, guys, try to think of some place where you'd hold a secret meeting. Some place where you'd be absolutely sure that no one would barge in. You know, like a mailman or a policeman or anyone.
There could be some place in the neighborhood, maybe a couple of miles, not too far from here. A place where you could hide. A place where even if you stayed in at night and used lights, no one would see. Any place like that around here?
I don't know.
Not many places around like that.
The mine. The mine tunnels.
Sure, the mine tunnels, Johnny.
It's out of bounds for the boys. It's too dangerous. The levels are collapsing. It's been abandoned for over 30 years.
I know those mines, Johnny. I used to play there as a kid.
Let's go.
Lieutenant, I'd like to come with you.
Sure, come on along. Call Matt on the way over, Jack.
Frankie? Frankie, you listening?
Grant, what were you doing out there?
Just looking around.
Frankie, think about it again. The two of us. And look, I mean, think about it.
No, I don't have to think about it. I just want out of here.
Then you're calling this tune, Fruit Peddler?
Now, what's that supposed to mean?
I don't think you'd be missed as much as I'd miss that 50,000.
This doesn't make sense.
Nothing much does. Money's the only thing that talks loud in this stinking world.
Grant, you can't.
You sure they're in there?
Looked like a good bet, that's all.
Captain, I feel I owe you an apology. Save your apologies when we come out with those boys.
Matt, this whole place will go any minute.
Is there any other way out back there?
That's the only entrance, Matt. I know these tunnels.
All right, I'll follow the other boy and try to talk some sense into him. Johnny, see if you can shore up this overhead. Chris, we better take him on.
Right.
Sergeant, let me go back in there with you. The boy may listen to me.
If you have anything to say, Doctor, you should have said it a long time ago.
Don't move till I tell you. All right, now. Inch at a time.
You're a sucker for being in here.
I guess we're all suckers at one time or another.
Just as soon see the whole works coming on top of me.
There's no way for a young fella like you to talk.
Young fella, that's a laugh. I'm 100 years old.
Yeah, I guess between 12 and 20 does seem like 100 years. When you get to be my age, Birthdays seem to come like bills, first of every month.
I don't mean that. I'm all loused up. Real foul baller. I just wish my old man had punched me in the nose once in a while.
He just might do that once we get you out of here.
All right, let's go.
Sorry. I made things so rough for you.
Rougher on you in the long run, I'm afraid, perhaps. But I'm the one that's really at fault. I knew what I was doing, or I was supposed to. You didn't. Captain, I'd like to appear on behalf of that boy.
He'll need a couple of character witnesses.
No, not as a character witness. Every move that boy's made since he's come to Wellington has been through some kind of darkness. A teacher should light the way. I failed him. And I've been failing myself.
Hey, he's still young enough to do a little learning. I guess that's pretty much true of any age, isn't it, Doctor?